Hello, on this video I'm going to show you how to set a learner a task. So I log in as the assessor. I go to plans. Then select my candidate's plans on the left menu. And there's my candidate. Just click her name. You'll notice here that it's very similar to the front page of their portfolio, but I have the option to add a task. Now there is a task already there as well, and I'll just add another task and then we'll go through both of them, the differences. So I'll click a task. I'll give it a title. And here I'm going to put a link, and it's one I had earlier. Now the link is like for a website. So as you can see, this one says Kosh, and I'm going to put in here, please collect information on how Kosh relates to the work you do. So I'm going to say I want him to, the date here is when I want him to start seeing the task. I wanted him to have it done by. So you could stagger tasks throughout the year. You could set them for him for the one a month the next 6 months and just change the date there. Now here you have the type is other learning outcome required evidence. I'm just going to leave it as a learning outcome. You'll notice there it has address book. The reason for this is, although I'm assigning this task to my learner, Olivia Benson, you might want to set a similar task, this same task, to lots of other learners. So instead of having to write it out for each one of them, you can go to the address book and select other learners you want to get sent the task. Now in this test site, the assessor only has one candidate, Olivia Benson. But for the purpose of this example, we're going to go into the address book, and you'll see I can access other learners. So I'm going to go in there and just see this company here and pick one of their learners. I see they're in construction. They've got someone called Joe Bloggs. So I can select him, click Save Selection. It's now updating who's going to get sent the task. You'll see there's two names, Olivia Benson and Joe Bloggs. Now if by accident I didn't mean to put his name in there, I can click X and it takes him off the list. If I leave it, both these learners will get sent the task. So it saves the need to having to write it out time and time again. You'll notice there's a box called Finished. Now if you don't put a tick in that at this point, because then it will assume it's completed, that's there for when the task has been done. You can go back in and tick Finished, or the learner can click Finished if I've done it, and it removes it from their outstanding tasks list. For the purpose of this, I'm going to click Submit, and that has now gone to the learner. So if we now log out and log back in as the learner, so that's Benson 002. They go to my plans. They will see there's two tasks there. Here's the one we just set them. They click on the title. And there we are. It's got the information there, what we want them to do. And there's a link there which is clickable to take them to the Kosh website. So if the learner is aware of this task, they may go away, complete the work, they can click Finished, click Submit, and then the learner may wish to go in and upload their evidence on Kosh, which we showed you in a previous video on how to upload evidence. Now they had another task in there as well. This one here. This one was when we went and created the task, there was the option of learning outcome or required evidence. So for this one, it was a required evidence, one that had been created earlier. As you'll see, it's slightly different. So they can click required evidence, and here they can put in their evidence details. So they might decide to call it COSH evidence 1. In here, they may put this is the evidence of when I have followed the requirements of COSH and I have included a statement of what it is and how it affects my job. Now, the evidence, a question that often gets raised is who can verify this evidence? And this is a good example to use this here. So what you could, as opposed to a written portfolio where you'd have a signed statement from a witness, the Quality Assurance Manager has actually suggested the following is one route that you may wish to follow. And I'll just type in here from the learner's point of view. So there's a statement there that the evidence can actually be verified by the IQA or EQA contacting the witness on either of those phone numbers to validate the evidence. And as explained by the EQA manager, he actually did state that speaking to the person would give the person looking to validate the evidence a good indicator as to whether this person was a witness by the answers to the questions you put to them. So now we browse, we look for the learner puts his evidence in, or their evidence in, and click Save. So there's two different types of plan there. One where they can actually fill it out and put it in, or there's actually one there where it prompts them to actually attach the evidence. So there's the two ways in which the tasks can be set. Different types of tasks, and also as I showed, you can set a task to more than one learner if you feel that it's going to be you have quite a few learners you want to supply the same evidence to, and it saves you having to go and to create a task for each individual learner. Thanks very much. Bye.